The Brick Zone remembers Reach. My name is Will, and this is the Halo Mega Bloks set, Outlands Skirmish. The set was released in summer 2015 and includes 236 pieces. In total, the set includes a generous 16 figures, 8 Covenant, and 8 Spartans, as well as a nifty stand for displaying them all. Before I go over the individual figures in broken down groups, here's a look at all of them on the display stand. On the Covenant side, you get Grunts, Skirmishers, and Brutes, while on the UNSC side, you get nothing but Spartans, which I'm not complaining about because I'm all about getting Spartans. So, there are a lot of reasons why I absolutely love these figures across the board, so I'm going to list them all here before I take a closer look at each of them. So, first, all of these Spartans you see come in the new style of figures. So they have the added articulation as well as the interchangeable armor. And I think this is important to point out because with these large figure packs, which come with about 16 to 25 figures usually, as far as I know, this is the first of those to have figures in the new style of figures. So I'm assuming, and I hope that Mega Bloks will continue this, and that would be sweet. That would be awesome. Another reason why I like these figures is that most of them have asymmetric shoulder armor. So I really like that because I think that it adds character to all of them, just because it makes them feel more like player or user generated characters or Spartans. You know how you can pick your different shoulders and whatnot. I feel like in the Master Chief Collection they had armor sets, which is annoying, but in most Halo games you've had the option to just pick your different shoulders and whatever. So I think that's also a very good reason to like these. And on some more personal reasons why I like them is the color scheme of them. They come in this olive color with rust as the secondary, and to me I really like that because it closely resembles my personal colors that I've used in my many years of playing Halo, for a while now. So I refer to that as my olive and orange color scheme, and it's just nice to get a whole lot of Spartans in that color, or something that looks very similar. And I'm pretty sure in Reach I've probably used that rust color before as an alternative to like the usual orange. It just looks slightly more muted, but it does have that orange look to it, even if you think it's like copper or whatever. And one of my last reasons why I like it is because they did these Spartans in the Halo Reach style. These are all Halo Reach style Spartans. They all have those armor configurations from that game, and I personally have a lot of fun memories or experiences playing Halo Reach with my friends, like both locally and online. So I really appreciate getting all of these in this one set, and it's also really good value. You get 16 figures here, and at the time I'm recording this video, 16 figures for $25 in US, that's a really good deal. So that about does it for why I like all these figures, like universal reasons why I like them. And yeah, that's about it. Now let's take a closer look at all of them individually. Since I just spent a whole lot of time talking about the Spartans, let's start with the Covenant. First up, you have a pair of Grunts. They come in this very dark blue, almost black looking color. So I like to think of them as the Special Ops Grunts. One of them comes armed with a purple plasma rifle, while the other one is carrying a pair of plasma grenades. And as far as I know, I think that these have come in a Walmart exclusive Spade, the red one. And I'm not sure if they came in any other sets other than that. If you know, leave a comment. Next up is a pair of Skirmishers. One comes armed with a Needler, while the other one comes armed with a plasma pistol. They have a lot of detail there by the face with the yellow eyes and the red mouths there. Their armor comes in silver, and my favorite part about these figures by far is the feathering effect by their heads and by their arms. If you look at them from the back, you have peg holes if you want to attach weapons. And as far as I know, the Skirmishers have come in just the first Spade set that came with the George lookalike, and I believe there have been a couple in some of the mystery pack series. One was partial active camo and the other one was red, so it's nice to get more of these in silver, like the first one. So I like these. For the last of these pairs, you get a couple of Brute Miners. One of them comes armed with a spiker, while the other one has a Brute plasma rifle as well as a spike grenade. Really like these a lot. You see that they have the gray for the fur, and that they have that textured feel to them when you touch them. Their armor is that dark blue, it's navy blue, and you have the brown, I guess, I don't know, wrappings around their wrists and by their feet. And these look a lot better than the golden one I've gotten in one of those figure packs. It has like the funny teeth, and I guess these guys have them too, but it's not as noticeable with this nice color scheme they have going on. And lastly, for the Covenant figures, you get on the left either a Brute Captain or is it Major? Let me know in the comments, while in the center you have a Brute Minor in Trans Blue. So I really like both of these, the Brute Captain and or Major. I like his color scheme, I love the armor design, especially the headdress there. And he is armed with a gravity hammer. And in the center you have that Brute Minor in the Trans Blue I mentioned. He comes with a matching Brute Shot in the same color. And I think that's a really useful figure to have because you can either see it as active camo, or I like to see them more as holograms, especially in that blue color. And that blue, it doesn't look like a light blue to me or a dark blue, it's kind of like in between, so I really like that. Moving right along to the Spartans, from left to right you get an Air Assault, EVA, and Grenadier. The Air Assault comes armed with a Halo Reach style assault rifle. The EVA has an SMG and frag grenade, while the Grenadier has a shotgun. They all have the default torso armor, and as I mentioned earlier, they all have asymmetric shoulder armor. So, off the top of my head, it looks like the Air Assault has an Air Assault shoulder along with a Commando, while the EVA looks like Grenadier shoulders, and the Grenadier it looks like a security shoulder, and not sure what that last one is. If you know in the comments, leave it. Next up, from left to right, you get the Spartan Operator, Commando, and Hazop. The Operator comes armed with a grenade launcher, the Commando has a sniper rifle, while the Hazop has a flamethrower. Here's a look at them from the back. They have the peg holes there if you want to attach weapons. And compared to the previous three figures I just showed, these guys have a little bit more interesting armor combinations and configurations going on. So instead of the default chest armor, they each have different ones. The Operator has the Assault Sapper, the Commando has what looks like Tactical to me, not sure what it is, and the Hazop has the Grenadier. And not just any normal Grenadier, he also has the one with the shoulder guard there by his shoulder, and that comes in a yellow color. As for shoulders, you have the asymmetric shoulders I mentioned. The Operator has security and Commando, not sure what the Commando has there, and same with the Hazop. I think he has an Air Assault there in one of them. But yeah, that pretty much does it for these. Finishing out the Spartans, on the left we have a JFO, and in the center we have a full-on copper opaque Air Assault. So out of all of the Spartans, I think these two are pretty specialized. I think that the JFO is an armor variant we don't really get that often, and even rarer is the Tactical Patrol armor for his chest. And that's one you just have on June. I'm not sure. I think there was an infection set where you got a June lookalike in orange and also in the zombie color, where you would have gotten that chest or torso armor. But other than that, I can't think of any other sets we've gotten them in. As for the Air Assault, I think that looks really cool. I think you could use that as either a statue or like a metal Spartan or something walking around. Here's a look at them from the back. You can attach weapons there on the holes. And you can see on the JFO Spartan that he has the hood from the Tactical Patrol chest there on the back. Kind of in the same rust color as the secondary color as all of these Spartans have had. And as for weapons, the JFO comes armed with a suppressed SMG and a frag grenade, while the Air Assault has a SOCOM pistol, also in the same copper color. In closing, I am very impressed and extremely pleased with this set. The Spartans definitely steal the show. They come in that superior new style of figures with the added articulation and the interchangeable armor, so makes for good posing with the weapons and fun to swap out. I personally like the color scheme just because it's so similar to my own that I use in-game, and I think out of all of these large figure packs we've gotten, new articulation, new style of figure aside, I think this has been the best variety of figures that we've gotten. You just get most, if not all, of the Halo Reach style armor variants that they've released so far, and I really like that. It's good to get all of them, and in such a cheap, cost-effective set, very reasonable and just very good value across the board. And, you know, also in the set you have the Covenant figures, and even they do not disappoint. I like the selection of figures we get on the Covenant side. Sometimes I'm not really a big fan in these of the Covenant ones, but this I really like, just because if you noticed in my individual look at all of them, I just mentioned briefly the sets that they've been in, and they're just not as common as you'd think. Like, skirmishers pop up in Mystery Series and whatnot once in a while, but it's nice to get these general ones in that silver color that are just, I guess, the minors, or I don't know the rankings, but it's nice to get them. Along with those Spec Op Grunts and the Brute Miners. I don't think those are as common either. And, I don't know, even if you don't even look at the type of, or like the rank of what figure they are in the Covenant or whatever, I think they're just, you know, they're uncommon, and I feel like this set is making them more common for people to get. And there's also the stand, which I think is pretty cool too. If I didn't mention already, they have those printed player emblems on the front, which make them look even more awesome, which most of these large figure packs have as well, and I really like that trend that they've just continued, you know, with all of these figure packs. So, that about does it for this set, all I have to say about it. What do you guys think of it? Are you impressed? Did you want to get the set when you first saw it? When I did, it was a must-have. I just needed to get it. I got it immediately as it came out. Definitely, I want to get like another one maybe. It's just, I don't know, so much good stuff going on here. Leave a comment below with your thoughts. Other than that, like or dislike the video depending on if you liked it or disliked it. And definitely come back to the Brick Zone for more video reviews, stop motions, and openings.